Brought to you by BGE Home. We know more, we do more. 69 degrees, that humidity of 49%, and the winds out of the northwest at 10, cloudy skies over downtown Baltimore. The middle game of 3, here's the Tigers lineup, and it's identical from last night. Martin, Candelario, and Cabrera with Nicholas Castellanos in the cleanup spot. He's got a 6-game hitting streak. How about 13 for his last 26 as he comes into tonight's game? Martinez, Jones, and McCann, Iglesias, and Machado.
And let's take a look at Andrew Cashner's pitch arsenal this season. He's got them all, boy, doesn't he? 2-seam fastball, that's his go-to pitch. He likes to work it down around the knees, but he's been popping a good 4-seam fastball this year, and he's been moving it in, out, up, and down, working about 94, 95 miles an hour. At times up a little bit more, so a great equalizer pitch. We're going to see him work the top of the zone like Tillman did last night. 1 win, but a 3.60 earned run average. Got 28 punch-outs, 13 walks. He does have the 6 home runs hit this year, which is kind of a bugaboo, but 3 on opening day. So Cashner's been keeping his team in every ball game he's been in. I see the opponent average at 243. His hope too is to keep this Tigers offense down. Tillman kind of quieted him last night. I'll say just the 1 hit given up. So let them back the same thing up tonight. Keep this offense quiet. You do not want to wake them up.
So Chris Tillman last night got the series off to a fabulous start, and now it's all in the hands of Andrew Cashner, looking to win his 2nd game of the year, and this his 6th start. So we are finally ready for baseball, and a good job by the grounds crew getting that field ready very, very quickly.
You see the big shift right there. Bobby Dickerson really employing the full shifts here recently. Yesterday, very solid defensive game. Manny Machado in tight over at 3rd.
Well, Martinez a lot of speed, and he's an outstanding bunter. So you got to take it away, and there's a strike, and we're underway. Leonis Martin, his first season with the Tigers, they had a need, he found a home.
Now still a very good young player. He's at the Cubs, of course. Didn't he come up with Texas?
Yes.
Yeah. He tried there with the fastball, a little 2-seam fastball at times. To the lefties, he likes to bring it back in on that inside corner. Just staying in there too much.
And the 1-1 is low, ball 2. So the rain delay officially was exactly 30 minutes.
So Martin putting up some pretty good numbers against the Orioles. It would be wise to keep him off the bases.
And it's upstairs, ball 3. Now Cashner, last year he adjusted his style a little bit and went away from looking to strike hitters out. He had 86 strikeouts for the entire season with Texas last year, so about 4.5 per 9 innings. But in his first 5 starts for the Orioles, Mike, he's at 8.5 Ks per 9 innings. And there's a leadoff walk to a speedy runner. So Martinez on leading off here in the first.
Well, let's take a look at the defense behind Cashner tonight. Gentry, Jones, and Rickard. A little bit of speed out there tonight in the O's outfield. Machado and Peterson turning 2 up the middle. Valencia, Mancini on the corners. Yeah, giving the Crusher a day off at first base. And Joseph back behind the plate. Defense was pretty tight last night. One of the better defensive games last night. Joey Rickard, fresh up from Norfolk, getting a start tonight in right field.
So here's Candelario. We'll see how Ron Gardenhire plays this. And there's a strike right there. Now the Orioles in the shift, they have Valencia as the middle fielder. So Peterson is shading up the middle in the event that they have a chance to turn 2. You want the usual second baseman who's accustomed to doing that there, if you can do it, and that's how they have him positioned. And quickly 0-2 on Candelario.
Yeah, Peterson the pivot man for Machado, Valencia, and Mancini. Even Caleb Joseph, a ball happens to be out in front of the plate. Oh man, he's sliding back to the regular shortstop position.
See Caleb looking into the dugout. John Russell, the bench coach and catcher's coach, he calls throwovers to first and pitch outs. So Caleb looking in to see if there might be a play on. And a bounce to short. There should be 2. Manny to Peterson out there, and no throw back to first. Nice slide by Martin, upsetting Peterson's footwork.
Well, a nice play by Manny Machado coming and get that. Pace of the ball tells Manny he's got to come get it. Cutting it back across the diamond, not like he did at third base, but there's an aggressive Safe slide by Martin to break up the double play. Peterson staying right there and just takes his feet out of him. Straight slide into second base. Good feed by Manny Machado. A little touch on that, but unable to turn two.
So now they'll shift on the other side, and Machado saying, well, we tried, but Martin with a real good slide. So Valencia's back to third, Peterson on the shortstop side, and Manny deep in the hole for Miguel Cabrera. See, last night 0 for 3 with a walk. He has a .363 career batting average against the Orioles. And a strike on the corner. If he's going to get that call, it's going to be a good night. At the knees on the outer edge.
Yeah, you like that. You got to keep it off the white of the plate, especially to a hitter like Cabrera. With that average exit velocity, 96 miles an hour. So still coming off the bat hot. That's 7th in the American League this year.
Well, Cashner tried to go back out there, missed a little bit off the plate. Cashner now 31. He's in his 9th season from Conroe, Texas. Buck and the Birds trying to win back-to-back games for just the 2nd time this year. That's a base hit. Rickard trying to cut it off. He'll get there. Heading to third is Candelario, and Miguel Cabrera has a single. So good piece of hitting there. He saw Cashner working away, and he slaps it in the right field for a single.
Yeah, pretty nice piece of hitting right there. Miguel Cabrera. Take a look at the numbers here. Here and there this season at home, some troubles for Cashner. 0-2 with a 4 earned run average. Talked about him giving up the 3 home runs here in his first start against the Twins. On the road, faring a little bit better. Picked up the win. A lower earned run average, fewer home runs given up, and of course that opponent batting average down a little bit more. A little trouble here. You see the bottom line there. 0-3 with a .338. 5 career starts at Camden Yards. So no wins, but once again, a very good earned run average. It's all about keeping your team in it, hoping for a couple big hits. That's all he did in Texas last year. One of the better ERAs in the game.
Yeah, he had 2 starts here as a visiting pitcher, once last year with Texas, and then a few years back when he pitched for San Diego when they came here for interleague games. So this is 4th start at Camden Yards as an Oriole. And here's a hot hitter, Nicholas Castellanos. 1 for 4 last night to extend the hitting streak to 6 in a row. And a strike on the corner.
And that's a good fastball that he wanted for Cabrera, but leaked back over the plate, catching way too much. And Cabrera just rifling it out to the right center gap.
And the 0-1 is outside, 1-1. Well, Miguel Cabrera on at first to get that runner to third. Historic base hit for Cabrera. He ties Nellie Fox on the all-time hit list. That was base hit 2,663. So he is tied with Fox for 74th all time. On his way to 300 hits. As is Albert Pujols, who may get it this weekend against the Yankees or may get it against the Orioles next week. 1-1 on Castellanos. And a good take, ball 2.
A good try right there, throwing it hard off that 2-seam fastball on the outer edge. A little bit of a bite away, but started more of a ball, so it was an easier take for Castellanos. Keep it on the plate and then let it bust off. He might get one of those swing and misses, maybe some weak contact that he'd like right now for a double play ball.
Line drive and a base hit up the middle. And the Tigers, who went 0 for 5 last night with runners in scoring position, get a big hit there from Castellanos. Candelario scores, and it's 1-0 Detroit.
Yeah, making a couple real good pitches with fastballs, and then when he gets into the count, just a couple leaking back over the plate. Here the 2-seamer, and you see staying on that inside corner. Castellanos getting the barrel to it, shooting it back up through the middle, and the Tigers on the board first.
So Castellanos now is hitting 7 straight. He now has 17 ribbies, first and second. Cashner will try to get a ground ball here off the bat of Victor Martinez, who does not run well, and try to turn 2 and end this inning. Martinez at the moment 0 for his last 10. Now 39 years old. Slaps it the other way, and he's so good at that.
Yeah, he's been a tremendous hitter throughout his career, and Just that incredible ability of lightning quick hands. That was right there, just backing up a breaking ball. I don't think he was looking for a breaking ball first pitch. Pretty good cut there. So ability to control his body, and has always had a pretty quick bat.
Shift on against him. And a strike on the outside corner. So Estabrook, he likes the low strike and he likes the edge.
Well, one of his first or second four-seam fastballs, 94 right there, just a dart down and away. Real good pitch.
Well, Martinez down in the count 0-2. Cashner in his first 5 starts, 3 quality starts. Breaking ball misses low. He couldn't get Martinez to chase.
Yeah, a good try though with that breaking ball. It just stayed out over the front of the plate. A nice finish. The veteran hitter. He's seen plenty of those good breaking balls throughout his career.
First and second with 1 down. And already a big moment in this game. Popped him up, shallow right. Rickard was deep. And Joey gets in on it. And a big out for Cashner, 2 down.
Yeah, that was huge. Now that's how you really keep a hitter off balance. Changing speeds. Showed him that four-seam fastball, 94 miles an hour. Had a slow hook in there, and then boom, busts him in for the weak pop-up.
The 2 down. Cashner will go to work now on Jacoby Jones, who also is 0 for his last 10 and has just 2 hits and 13 at-bats on this Tiger road trip. The Tigers have a schedule like the Orioles had a couple of weeks ago. They finish a road trip, go home for 3 games, then go right back out. And there's a comebacker. He's going to get out of it without any further damage. Underhand toss to Trey Mancini. So a run on 2 hits and 2 left. We head to the bottom of the first. And here come the O's. Trailing 1-0, and here's the O's lineup tonight. Mancini, Peterson, and Manny Machado in that number 3 spots. 9 home runs on the year. That is tied for 3rd most in the league. Jones, Valencia, and Rickard back with the team, and Santander DHing Gentry and Joseph.
And let's take a look at Francisco Liriano's pitch arsenal. 34-year-old. Yeah, he's been at it for a while. Knows how to pitch, but command's always been a problem. Harnessing the 2-seam fastball, the key for Liriano. If he's throwing strikes, it's going to be a tough night for the Orioles tonight, because he still gets some serious sharp sink on that 2-seamer when it's down in the zone. He'll mix in the slider, occasional changeup as well. 4 starts for Liriano, a couple wins with a very good 3.13 earned run average, 20 punch-outs, but there you see the 12 walks. Orioles offense got to be patient and make sure they wait him out. Opponent sitting just to 177. Lefty's not much of a chance.
And Peterson is on deck. The only lefty in there tonight as Mancini takes a strike. Trey, of course, missed 3 games because of the knee injury, and now back in there. There's a weak ground ball to second. Dixon Machado will get it to first, and on a couple of pitches, 1 down.
Pretty good changeup right there off his two-seam fastball. Let's take a look at the rest of the Tigers defense behind Liriano. Jones, Martin, and Castellanos in the outfield. Iglesias and Machado turning two up the middle. Candelario and Cabrera on the corners. And McCann doing the catching tonight.
Here's Jace Peterson, who has seen Liriano before. 5 at-bats without a hit. Liriano now 34 years old. He's in his 13th season. He signed with the San Francisco Giants back in 2000 when he was 16 years old. And he was involved in a trade to the Minnesota Twins when he was still very young, November of '03. He went along with Joe Nathan and Boof Bonser to Minnesota for A.J. Pierzynski, who played in San Francisco just one season and then moved on. And of course, Liriano became one of the top young starters. Boof Bonser had a pretty good run, and Joe Nathan became an elite closer.
Yeah,
so that was a real good trade for Minnesota.
It sure was.
2-1 on Peterson. Swings through a breaking ball.
Yeah, Liriano really likes to feature the breaking ball against the lefties. A slow one right there. Typically the harder slider against the lefties, but good location with all of his pitches, keeping it down there around the knees.
And he got him. So Peterson down on strikes and back-to-back outs. So Liriano, who will get his share of strikeouts, gets one here.
Yeah, that's nasty. 89 miles an hour after that slow hook there. It looks like it's going to be the fastball coming out of his hands, but great late movement. You see the location perfect there. We're getting Peterson out front.
So here's Manny. Let's see if Liriano can get him out. It's been a tough task as of late. He's hitting the last 2 games, 4 for 8. This has a ribby in the past 2 games. And a slow roller towards third. How hot is he? Will it stay fair? No.
Well, that one not staying fair, but he has been the workhorse for this Oriole offense. How about 18.1% of his hits? That's first in the major league for this O's team. Home runs 31%. I mean, he's accounting for just about every bit of the Oriole offense. Third in the major leagues. RBIs third in the major league as far as percentages go. And we can go on and on about Machado's numbers, leading in just about every offensive category for the Orioles. And the ranking in the Major League Baseball just tells you how good he is.
11 multi-hit games on the year. He's also had 3 games already with 2 home runs. And the other thing he's been doing a real good job of is spreading the ball around. Wherever he's being pitched, he's willing to go that way. Of course, he's a power hitter, and power hitters like to pull, but he can hit it out that way, and he can also get base hits the other way.
Yeah, well, I think he's a hitter that belongs in a category like a Cabrera. You know, the ability to use the whole field, hit rockets all over the place, down and in breaking ball right there. He just yanks it foul. But, you know, he does have power. That is really a key to his game. 3 of 9 home runs, though, coming against the Tigers, so feeling good about that. Hit 2 out there at Detroit in the ball game. Really kind of helped him in the middle of that 11-game hit streak. And then, of course, got the Oriole offense going last night with a home run to straightaway center. So you make mistakes, yeah, he's going to take you deep. And in the timing of a game, end of a ball game, you want a guy like Machado up there. He's very calm in pressure situations.
Goes the opposite way, and another base hit to right field. Oh, when you are willing to do that, you're going to have a good season.
No, you got that right. And Cabrera's done it a couple times in this series. He did it in his first at bat. You just take what's given. Major league pitchers are going to make mistakes. Liriano's a tough one. It's a battle every time you go up there. But the little two-seamer down and away, and he stays on it. Backs it up, shoots it to right field. Yeah, man, he knows there's lots of hits over there and just out of the reach of Cabrera.
So they're comparing notes. Hey, what was that pitch you hit to right field? I think it was a fastball down and away. Here's Adam Jones, who's enjoyed success against the Tigers in his career. .337 against Detroit. And he's also enjoyed hitting against Liriano. So from the stretch for the first time tonight. Liriano was traded by the Twins to the Chicago White Sox in July of 2012, and he's been on the move a bit since then. He landed in Pittsburgh, then Toronto. Toronto traded him to Houston, and he came to Detroit for this year as a free agent. And it was really in Pittsburgh where he reinvigorated his career. And Ray Searage, the pitching coach of the Pirates, he seems to have that magic touch.
yeah. Well, they had a pretty good. They've always had, it seems like, some pretty good arms up there, and he knows how to work a two-seam pitcher because they got a ground ball. They love getting ground balls up there at Pittsburgh.
1-1 on Adam. He's had a pretty good homestand, 8 hits and 3 ribbies. This ball's hit to right center field. Moving over is Castellanos. And we'd like to welcome those of you watching the Nationals today. Bonus coverage here on MASN as Arizona defeated the Nats 4-3-10. As Manny Machado a 2-out single, but Jones skies out and the inning ends. We'll head to the second here at Camden Yards after a rain delay. Cashner back to work in a 1-0 game. On the first, but Jones flied out and that ended it. So here we go to the second inning. And Cashner back to work, and the Tigers, Mike, they're just happy to score. They had got 22 consecutive innings without a run.
A little surprising too, because they'd been swinging the bats pretty well coming in here. They just weren't getting the hits.
James McCann shows bunt.
The big hits, I mean, RBI hits.
McCann just 3 for his last 13. And the Tigers shut out last night. 5th time this year they've been shut out. That is more than any team in the major leagues.
I was talking to Ron Gardenhire a little bit. He said, you know, weather has been terrible, but weather in Detroit is just really bad. So, you know, his offense kind of sputtered along in the early going as well, like many teams that have to deal with the cold weather.
Andrew Cashner coming off a loss last Sunday against the Indians, but he did give the Orioles 6 innings, allowed 4 runs on 8 hits. Back in the count now at 2-2.
Yeah, that's a nice pitch there. Good two-seam fastball, catching that outside corner. Nice little comeback pitch. Get him reaching out there, and then he'll crisscross that outer edge. Take a look at the Nissan pitch cast. So Payton with a good two-seamer on the outside corner. He'll throw a slider out there as well.
Foul tip got a piece of Caleb.
Oh, he got him. Neck and face. He got up in there underneath and got him in the neck and the ear. Oh, that doesn't feel good. Not that I know. I've never caught and actually taken one off the neck and the ear like that.
It just doesn't look good.
It doesn't look good, yeah. When a catcher makes a face, you know he's in pain.
So the count 2-2 on McCann. Weak ground ball. He just did get a piece of that breaking pitch. Now Cashner trying to give the Orioles another strong start following Tillman's last night. And Mike, if you look at the breakdown of the Orioles pitchers this year, their starters, Tillman's effort last night was the 13th and 26 of at least 6 innings. So now they've had 13 of less than 6 innings, but 13 of at least 6 innings. And strike 3 called on the outside corner. McCann does not like the call of Mike Escobar.
Yeah, he's saying, hey, I hope I get a couple pitches like that for my pitcher. And the two-seamer again. Take a look. Caleb Joseph setting up there on the outside corner, receiving it well, just nestling in there on the edge. He's off maybe a little bit, but hey, you credit the catcher for presenting it well to the home plate umpire.
Now here is Jose Iglesias, who is heating up. And there's a base hit, so he stays hot. He's now hitting 5 in a row and a 1-out single. Well, the Orioles continue and will complete the 10-game homestand tomorrow against the Tigers. And after the game, kids ages 4 to 14 run the bases, presented by Wise Markets. Plus, kids ages 9 and under cheer free all season long. For tickets, Orioles.com. Here's Dixon Machado. He shows bunt, and he'll take a strike. But about the starts, Mike, last year, that was one of the things that really hurt the Orioles. In the 162 games, they had 96 starts of less than 6 innings last year. So even though this year it's only half, but at least it's half.
Yeah, exactly. At least it's half. There have been some really good signs from this rotation. I think none more impressive and hopeful than Kevin Gausman actually getting off to a real good start, where historically first half has just been a nightmare for Gausman, but he's had some really good starts this year, and that's certainly going to help, especially with the bullpen, you know, not being at full strength without Zach Britton out there saving their innings. I think is going to be crucial.
Well, we had him leaning. Iglesias is 3 out of 4 in attempted steals, so he's off to a good start running. Cashner, though, controls the running game. He does a good job. There have been 2 attempts, and the Orioles have caught both.
Yeah, Cashner pretty quick, and of course Caleb's been doing a good job back there, always working on his craft, throwing out runners. He has that little cheat step that John Russell taught him, and has really made himself a real good major league defensive catcher.
There he goes. Caleb's throw will not be in time. Nice play there by Peterson to prevent that ball from getting by him. So Iglesias steals his 4th, and he's at 2nd with 1 down.
Yeah, Caleb a little upset there. A little hiccup. Something got caught. It might have been that front foot. It absolutely was the front foot. Didn't allow him to get through the baseball. Stuck there on home plate. Nice jump by Iglesias. Not even a look back. So a straight steal right there. And Caleb Joseph just couldn't get that front foot underneath him, leading that stolen base.
3-1 meantime on Machado, and he walked him, so he walks the number 9 batter to put 2 on with 1 down. Roger McDowell making notes.
One thing you don't like to do is see those base on balls here in the early going and have this lineup turn over with that speed at the top. Really tough guy to double up, and you'd love to get one of those good hard ground balls, get out of this inning. When you start getting into the depth of this lineup, there's some danger.
Leonis Martin, his 2nd at bat, breaking balls high. Martin drew a leadoff walk and then had a real good slide in on Jace Peterson at 2nd base to prevent Peterson from trying to complete a double play. on a ball hit by Candelario, and Candelario came around to score the Tigers' run. There's a bouncer towards right field that bounces through for a base hit. Iglesias will score. Joey Rickard holds the ball and then fires into second base. So there you go, a manufactured run. A base hit, a stolen base, a walk, and now a single to right field. 2-0 Detroit.
Yeah, a little chopper finding its way through here. Take a look, Mancini off the base, and the chopper, boy, looked like off the bat it was going to be right at Mancini, and then just took a left-hand turn. That first hop jumped away from Mancini. Couldn't get any leather on it, keep it on the infield.
So the 8 and 9 batters spark a rally. And good base running by Machado to make it to third. And Candelario bounced into the force play, and he came around to score in the first inning. Strike on the inside corner. Candelario just 24 years old, and he's getting a chance to play every day at third base for this rebuilding team. Been a pro since 2010. Strike again.
Not the spot that he wanted, but still a very effective pitch. Down around the knees. Gardner not liking the call. Doesn't look good from a dugout when the catcher sets up one spot and then reaches back across the plate. Now that was a strike. It just didn't look well to the eyes.
It's away from Caleb. The runner from first will go to second. So Martin gets into scoring position, and that takes away the chance for a ground ball double play. So a wild pitch, second of the year for Cashner.
Take a look, just holding on to that breaking ball a little too long. Almost catches Candelario on that front foot. And 2 runners in scoring position.
He could use a strikeout here. 1 and 2 on Jammer Candelario, and it's inside.
Got a strike in that up and in corner for the first pitch for Candelario, but not quite getting it there. I think a good purpose pitch, though, to hopefully open up that outside corner. A couple good changes here. Nice to fade one away from the lefty.
2 and 2. Runners at second and third, a run in already for a 2-0 lead. Strike 3 called, and Candelario didn't like any of the 3 strikes called against him. Each time he looked up as if to say that's not a strike.
Yeah, well, take a look. Cashner just painting the inside corner. Some serious movement on the 93-mile-an-hour two-seamer, and Joseph just locking it up. Yeah, just painting the inside edge there. Candelario, they might have found something, consistent work in there and getting the calls.
Well, both these pitchers have enough experience that if they're going to get calls like that, they'll exploit it.
Well, absolutely.
Both he and Liriano.
Yeah, a lot of it comes from the catcher, though, too. Recognizing what the umpire is doing and then just stick it there. Caleb right to the outside corner.
And Caleb had a big night last night. Cabrera singled his first at bat. Right field, that ball's trouble for Rickard. Back it goes. It is gone onto the flag cord. An opposite field 3-run homer. And just like that, it's 5-0 Detroit.
And that's why he's one of the greatest right-handed hitters of all time. 465th career home run and 3rd home run this season. I'm talking about he'll take what's given. He'll take his base hits on some tough pitches, but you make a mistake up in the zone, he just reacts. There's a natural reaction to a hang and break a ball right here. Middle. He backs it up. He's not out on his front foot, and he whacks it up into the flag court. Pretty impressive piece of hitting there.
So Cashner thought the ballpark was going to hold it, and instead it carries out. So 5 earned runs in an inning and 2/3, and The 5 earned runs already a season high for Andrew Cashner. He's allowed now 7 home runs, but 5 of those 7 were solos. The 2 non-solos both hit by Tigers. Victor Martinez hit a 2-run shot in Detroit, and now Miguel Cabrera with a 3-run home run here. Weak swing, look out in the dugout.
Yeah, I think he was expecting that one to break over the plate, but kept backing up on him, and actually looked like it was breaking towards him. It was more of a prevent swing.
Castellanos drove in the first run with a first inning single. He's off to a real good start. And he got him. That will end the inning. But a big inning for the Tigers. They get 7 men to the plate and score 4. Mid-second, 5-0 Tigers. For being selected, and will win $500 more for every Orioles home run hit tonight. Play Home Run Rich's scratch-offs and win up to $50,000, or enter non-winning tickets for a chance to be the contestant of the game. Visit mdlottery.com/homerun. I'll let the game tonight. The little sisters on the right, Mother Provincial Lorraine, and in the middle, that is Sister Lawrence Mary. Tonight, Mike, celebrating her 50th year in religious life. And what did she want to do? She wanted to go to the Orioles game.
Why not? Of course.
So congratulations to Sister Lawrence Mary. And there's a strike taken by Valencia. Now Danny doesn't like the strike zone.
Yeah, right. Couple turnarounds we've seen tonight. That outside corner to the right, it's out there a little bit, but I think that one might have been a height argument. Down below the knees.
Towards the middle, here's Machado from a knee. Knew he had time and gets up in a true throw. That was nicely done, 1 away.
Yeah, there you go. You know, yesterday we were talking about Bobby Dickerson. Says his infielders aren't infielders. They got to catch the ball. They're catchers of the baseball. Well, here's a great example of it here. Not looking for any perfect form. Just make sure you catch the ball first, and then you get the transfer, get up to your feet, and make the strike throw. Pretty nice play by the young second baseman right here. Might be the future shortstop one day for this Tigers team. It's a pretty solid defensive play.
Now here's Joey Rickard back in the bigs. He was tearing it up for AAA Norfolk. You see his numbers there, 345, but in his last 10 games, even better than that. 15 for his last 35, a 429 clip. Batting average 6th in the International League.
Oh, good to see. Great for Joey's confidence. You know, didn't have the best spring training, but certainly played well enough up here to, in his mind, feel like he should be an everyday major league outfielder. I mean, back in 2016 at 268, at 5 home runs, some stolen bases, at 8 stolen bases last year, 111 games for the Orioles.
Well, he is already the 8th different player this year As he'll take a walk. Orioles get a base runner to appear on both the Tides roster and the Orioles roster. Donnie Hart, David Hess, Jeffrey Ramirez, Luis Sardinas, who's still here, Tanner Scott, who just went back, Angel Vielma, and Jimmy Yacabonis. So utilizing the depth at AAA.
Yeah, well, trying to find some spark, you know, something to lift this offense, something a little more consistent than what they've had. And we talked in the open just about some of the injuries they've had. So these are opportunities for these guys, you know. Rickard's been raking down in AAA. Looking at Santander right here, another Rule 5 pick that potentially could be sent down soon by the Orioles. But this is an opportunity for him to maybe get on a nice little roll, try to force Buck's hand, you know, into keeping him right here.
Slow roller towards short. Iglesias bobbles, and he's going to have no play. Well, maybe trying to do too much there. He thought about going to second, then bobbled it. So the O's get a break.
Iglesias, one of the flashiest shortstops and still very consistent out there at short, but they're trying to be too quick with the transfer and just can't get it out of the glove. And there you see, tries to pull it back, reload and get the out at first base, but still cannot find the handle. Orioles catching a nice little break right there.
And they're going to say single for Santander. Would have taken excessive effort to make a play, so Anthony will take it. He's now got a 3-game hitting streak going. So the Orioles have a chance to chip back in it here. 2 on and 1 down. And then Gentry takes low. Nice scoop there by James McCann.
Yeah, I think McCann probably aware, obviously, of Liriano's inconsistency. Sometimes can be a little erratic, so prepared, almost anticipating potential wild pitch. There's Pasio. Yeah, I'll have to give a talk to Liriano, settle him down a little bit in this situation.
By the way, there was an interesting moment in the Dodger-Giant game. That was won in San Francisco by the Dodgers 15-6. It got so out of hand, the Giants put Pablo Sandoval on the mound.
Nice.
And he pitched better than any of the other pitchers. He pitched a scoreless inning.
Oh my gosh. I think the Red Sox will take him back as a pitcher?
No.
No.
You know, managers hate to have to do that, but in a game you're going to lose anyway, you want to save an arm for tomorrow.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's unfortunate that at times has to be done. I mean, the risk of injury is high. A lot of players have been hurt doing that.
There's a bounce of foul back of the plate. 1-1 on Gentry. Craig's gone 1 for 14 on the homestand. And one of the players that you described as a spark on this team, along with Jace Peterson and now Joey Rickard, because he can help you win with his legs.
Oh yeah, yep, great defender, and he's going to give you a scrappy at bat. And here's one of these opportunities, you know, for Gentry to.
Let's hit to center field, pretty deep. Martin can go get him. He does. Nicely done. Rickard tags. It goes to third.
That's a nice swing by Gentry, staying inside the baseball, driving it to deep right center.
Well, the Orioles are hosting Kansas City May 8th through the 10th right here at Oriole Park. And on Wednesday, May 9th, all fans will receive a Kevin Gausman t-shirt featuring his new number 34. So get your tickets today at Orioles.com. Here's Mr. Gausman. He gets the start tomorrow in the finale of the series in the homestand. Here's Caleb Joseph, a chance for a 2-out RBI. He has not had an RBI since opening day. He broke a scoreless tie with a 2-run triple that day and has not driven in a run since. Ball 1 outside. But Caleb's back is coming on a little bit, Mike. He's hitting the last 3 games, 1 hit in each, so he's 3 for his last 9.
Yeah, I was talking to him a little bit earlier today. He's trying to keep that bat through the strike zone a little longer.
Left center field, hangs up for Martin. He can go get him, and he does. So a couple of fly ball outs to Martin to end the inning. We're through 2, 5-0 Tigers. by PNC. Make today the day. Well, we had a rain delay, half hour at the start, and we have a light drizzle at the moment. But it feels a little warmer than last night. See the fans not too terribly bothered by the drizzle. Tigers with 5 runs early on Andrew Kashner. So he'll look for a shutdown inning here. He's already thrown 46 pitches. Here's Victor Martinez.
Yeah, he needs some efficiency, some quick innings. You know, after Tillman got through that first inning last night, boy, was he knocking him down. So Kashner needs a little bit of that. First pitch outs.
Kashner 43 big league wins. And a very impressive career ERA for Kashner, 3.79. And the 0-1 is a called strike again, 0-2. Buck Showalter talks all the time about home plate umpires. He said some hunt strikes, some hunt balls. I think Mr. Estabrook hunts strikes.
Yeah, that right arm's going pretty good, isn't it? That's fine. Get the guys swinging a little bit.
1-2. Kashner's one win came in New York against the Yankees. Tough stadium to pitch in. He was real good that day. 1 run on 2 hits in 6 innings. Popped up. It's going to be back in the crowd, out of play. Gentry gave it a look.
Well, that's a pretty good pitch there. You know, I really like Kashner's fastball. Right now, the ability to use that 2-seamer, keep it down in the zone, but I'd like to see him flip in a couple of those breaking balls a little bit more. Keep him off the heater, locating it pretty well. That was a good one down at the bottom of the zone. You see the 4th pitch right there. Keep it down there. Now mix in a little breaking ball and pop that good fastball up at the top. Just keep mixing it up.
Into the shift. That's Valencia, I think. He has it for the out, 1 down. Yep, there's Danny. Say, are you following us on Twitter yet? Well, if you're not, why not? Check out Masson Orioles for the latest O's news, gifts, highlights, and much more. Tweet us today. That's Masson Orioles on Twitter. Youngsters trying to get mom's attention. Jacoby Jones hit a comebacker to end the first. Falls behind 0-2.
Good pitch.
Just outside, a ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, you like that. I mean, the righties really, that outside corner's it's been expanded a little bit, so working out there consistently. I mean, there are a couple different ways to attack when you get a big outside corner, because that obviously helps the inside corner. As far as getting hitters to lean out there on the outer edge, they're expecting now for Kashner to get out there, so he could pop them on the inner edge, maybe run a 2-seamer in there under the hands.
Roger McDowell looking on from the bench. Another foul back, so Jacoby Jones stays alive. Tigers got him from the Pirates. He was one of the Pirates' top prospects coming up. Trade deadline of 2015. Pittsburgh was in the race. They were looking for bullpen help, and they traded Jones for Joaquin Soria. He was promoted to Double-A, and there's a base hit down the line just before that trade. Rickard in the corner digs it out. And Jacoby Jones is on with a 1-out double. Good piece of hitting going down the line.
Oh, it sure was. Nice 2-strike approach. Pretty darn good breaking ball right there from Kashner. Good finish down at the bottom of the zone. And he's just what you're supposed to do with 2 strikes. You just slap it, put it in play somewhere. And he went down and got it. Look at that short swing. Staying inside it, just cutting it down the right field line. Nice play for Joey Rickard. And then showing off the strong arm. But it is a double for Jacoby Jones.
Tigers already have 6 hits in this game. Here's James McCann. See 3 for 6 with runners in scoring position, and another chance here. A little bit low, 1-0. Day game tomorrow to close it out. Gosman against Daniel Norris. And then the Orioles will head on west. 3 in Anaheim beginning Tuesday, and then 3 in Oakland next weekend.
Oh, it's going to be a tough trip. You'll be on your ball game when you go out to the West Coast. And some pretty good ball out there. I know the A's are pretty excited about the way they've picked things up here the last week and a half or two.
You know, they're 2 above 500 at 14-12. Oakland. Angels are half game out of first place in the West. Bouncer to first. Mancini will take the sure out as Jones heads to third. So runner at third and 2 men down. Mark it down. The Orioles hosting the Tampa Bay Rays May 11th through the 13th. And on Saturday, May 12th, you can enjoy a single admission doubleheader that will begin at 3:05. And the first 25,000 fans 15 and over receive an Orioles car emblem presented by Easy Pass Maryland. Get your tickets today at Orioles.com. Here's Iglesias, who started the rally in the second. Strike at the knees, on 1. Jones at third with 2 down now. Fastball for a strike. Good pitch.
Iglesias.
They're thirsty and it's raining, so why not?
Yeah. Well, when the O's are behind by 5 and
catch those raindrops.
Yeah.
I've seen that done with snowflakes in the winter. Now 1-2 the count on Jose Iglesias. Cashner trying to get out of this without any further damage. Tigers broke it open with a 4-run second inning. Skied to right. That'll chase Rickard back. Still going back on it. And he makes the catch and bangs into the wall. What a play by Joey Rickard. Staring up into the raindrops, and he got back on it. And he hauls it in for the out. So Rickard saves a run. It ends the inning mid-third, 5-0 Detroit. Communicating whatever was on Jace's mind. He wanted to tell the pitcher before they went to the bench. I like that.
Yeah, well, he probably said, hey, keep the ball out of the air to right field. It's carrying pretty good right now. But, you know, there's a runner.
That's good advice.
Absolutely. Second base out there. Middle infielders are always paying attention. So You know, maybe Jones was getting a little jumpy out there, so just remind him, keep your eye on the base runner out at second base. Let's give him some different looks. You know, pay attention to these base runners.
Mancini down in the count now, 0-2. Trey bounced out his first at bat. Orioles have not yet won a series here at home. This is their 5th series. They're 0-4 in the first 4. And they've won just the 1 series, and that was in New York, a tough place to win.
Right? Yeah, played some real good baseball up there.
Rickard appears okay after slamming into the wall.
Oh, nice play. Of course, he got hurt doing that. Hurt his thumb, crashing into a wall
at Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, beautiful play right there, though. I think the wind is maybe swirling, kind of pushing, even though the flags aren't moving too much.
2-2 on Mancini. Liriano is now 1 strikeout behind Pedro Astacio for 6th all-time from Dominican-born pitchers. He came in needing 2, and he has 1 so far tonight to tie Astacio. Mancini the other way. That ball is going to get down for a base hit. Castellanos trying to cut it off. He disappears down in the corner, and Mancini has a double.
Nice piece of hit there by Trey Mancini. Castellanos almost kicking that one to Nicole in the grounds crew shed down the line. Take a look at the hitting here. Nice piece going down and getting him some. Mancini likes to use the whole field, and this one hanging on down the right field line. There's a little kick, and Mancini had his head on the right fielder the whole time. Castellanos says he kicked it down there just to make sure he was able to corral it, hold them there at second base.
So the 7th double for Mancini, and his 13th base hit to right field. It's incredible. Here's Peterson, the only lefty in the lineup tonight. He struck out his first at bat. Peterson 3 for 10 on the homestand since he joined the O's. Hard hit ball, line drive caught by Machado. Throw to second. They double off Mancini. Very quick pivot there by Machado to get the second out at second base.
Yeah, that's a tough break. I mean, the base running right there. The Orioles, you know, it's tough when you're playing some losing baseball. It seems like these things have such a big impact on a ball game. And the Orioles have had some base running miscues to start this season, and they're a big one. A potential rally killer there on the line drive. And Mancini, he knows, showing the frustration right there. You got to freeze on those line drives, but he wanted to get the O's on the board so bad he took that extra step. You can't make those mistakes on line drives in the infield.
That clears the bases. Here's Manny. Now it's time for Lowe's whole team together. And how about the multi-hit games? And there's Mr. Machado at the top. Adam Jones is coming on. He's now up to 8.
Adam Jones,
he's had 4 games this year with 3 hits.
Yeah, picking up a bunch of doubles as well. The only offensive category that Manny's not leading in, the doubles category.
Breaking ball for a strike.
That's a nasty pitch.
And Trey upset. Shows you how much he cares. Change up in the dirt.
Yeah, Mariano, and we talked about his command issues he's had in the past and the amount of walks he's had against the right-handers. When you get a little bit bigger plate, it certainly helps somebody like Liriano, and right now he's staying on that outside corner with everything.
Manny protecting the outside corner.
Really all you can do. Can't take your chances and give it to the home plate umpire. Some of these borderline calls pretty questionable. We've seen a number of hitters turn around, so Manny not taking any chances there, slapping that backdoor slider away.
Now 2-2, 2 down, the base is empty. And he popped them up. James McCann loves it for the out, and that'll do it. So 3-batter inning. We are through 3 at Camden Yards. Tigers with a 5-0 lead. RAV4 Toyota, what drives you? Visit buyatoyota.com for great deals. Saturday night baseball after a half-hour rain delay. Tigers got 1 in the first and 4 in the second. A lot of youngsters here on this Saturday night. It's a dugout club night.
Capture that next generation.
That's what it's all about. And Castro already at 65 pitches. Dixon Machado walked and scored in the 4-run second. Sharply hit to Valencia off his glove. He's able to grab it with his hand and throws it past Mancini. And Machado's going to hustle to second base. And safe at second base. He overslid the bag, but he got his hand back on.
Well, Valencia's had a lot of chances here the past few days, but a couple low throws. Actually, Chris Davis helping him out a couple times last night. Take a look. Spikes this one. That greasy grass. It just shoots right by Mancini. Mancini trying to get out there and pick it for him. Oh boy, it comes off a little too hot. Valencia eating up the glove on that one. Good job staying with it. And might not have it in the fingertips to make the good throw.
So Machado at second base on the error. Valencia's third. Here's Martin up for a third time already. Yeah, Danny's been having trouble on this homestand with low throws. He keeps spiking them in the dirt. Davis saved them twice last night.
Yeah, a couple nice picks over there at first base.
So the shift on against Martin. Valencia has to stay close at third. Actually, that's Manny at third. Valencia's over in the middle position on the right side. Leonys Martin, 30 years old. He's in his 8th big league season from Cuba. Two and one. You know, sometimes opportunities present themselves, and for Martin, the opportunity was Detroit. As they're looking to rebuild, he's 30, but he brings something that they needed. They needed a center fielder who could go get him and somebody to add speed to the lineup.
Yeah, it's a pretty darn big park they got there in Detroit, so you better have a center fielder that can cover some ground. We've already seen him make some pretty nice running plays here. And down Gentry's ball in right center, then Caleb Joseph right after that left center.
Fouls it back, so 3-2. He had a good run in Texas, then went off to Seattle, and last year he spent some time in AAA with Tacoma. A couple of years ago, he had 15 home runs as a Mariner. That was a career high. And the scouting report was he bought into it and thought he was a home run hitter. Strike three called. A high strike, one of the few we've seen tonight. Martin says something to Mike Estabrook.
Now he's been working the inside corner, trying to pull that two-seamer back on a bunch of the lefties here tonight. And that one does suck back in, catching the inner third. Questionable about the height, but Caleb Joseph showing it well all over the white. Strike three.
Well, it's tough on a hitter when that hasn't been called a strike all night, and all of a sudden it is. So one down. Here's Candelario. Line drive, foul. Jaymer is 0 for 2, but he reached on a fielder's choice in the first and came around to score the Tigers' first run. Dixon Machado at second. He reached on the error by Valencia. Machado easily back.
Well, there you go. That might have been what they were talking about. Hey, maybe a quick snap throw, keep these runners honest out at second base. Might be getting out there a little too far. And then, you know, there's always the question if runners at second base are relaying signs, but if an infielder's getting on them, they don't have enough time to pay attention to the signs the catchers are giving. So good job there by Peterson.
Well, when Jonathan comes back, Peterson will be able to move around. He can play third base. He won't be needed much in the outfield here, but he can play left field. He's played right field before. Just a good athlete who happens to play baseball. And it's a role that every team needs, that type of player that can move around.
Yeah, absolutely. Utility players' value's gone up so much over the past few years just because all the shifts. You need somebody that's used to that, moving around the field anyway.
How about Steve Pearce?
Yeah.
Look what he's done.
Right.
First base, outfield. As an Oriole, he played second base when there was a need.
Yeah, it'll keep you in the game.
A 3-1 on a second consecutive hitter. Now the back, so another full count.
Be careful there. Left that changeup up in the whack-me zone. About belt high. Got a good look at it. Maybe eyes got a little too big as he fouls it straight back.
A 3-2 on Jaymer Candelario. And that's inside ball 4. So the third walk, and all the walks prior to that one have hurt. So 2 on with 1 down. Orioles fans, when the O's score 5 runs or more, you get 50% off regular menu price online orders at papajohns.com with the promo code Orioles5. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. So Roger McDowell out for a chat, and Pedro Araujo begins to get loose. Or as we like to call him, Petey.
Right. Yeah. Every time I say Araujo, I say it a different way. So I apologize about that. So I'd like to use Petey as well.
I did ask his permission. When he picked up his first big league win in New York, we had him on the radio pregame show the next day. And when we were done, I said, hey, by the way, can I call you Petey? And he smiled and said, yeah, I guess so. If you feel big about it. Go ahead if it's that important to you. Here's Cabrera, who has a perfect night with a single and a 3-run homer. Line to left field. That's going to be in there for a base hit. It gets past the dive of Gentry. Dixon Machado will score. Candelario rounding third. He will score as Adam Jones gets it back in. So Gentry thought he had a chance. It skipped on by him. It's 7-0 Detroit on the third base hit for Miguel Cabrera.
Yeah, Miguel Cabrera just spraying the ball all over the place. Two-seamer riding in. Good 2-3 inches off the plate. Well, Gentry thinking it might have been hit a little bit harder, so kind of lost his footing there. Or second, it looked like he was thinking about pulling up, keeping that ball in front of him, but over-committing as that ball scoots by and a couple runs score.
And still only one down. Here's Castellanos. So all 3 walks have hurt Cashner. They're crediting Cabrera with a double. So he now has 3 hits. So he has gone from 75th to a tie for 73rd on the all-time hit list in the first 4 innings here. He's now tied with Max Carey, 2,665.
Yeah.
So another base hit, he'll have 73rd all to himself. And he's also just a triple shy of the cycle.
Yeah, and he's such a dangerous guy. You would, I think if Castellanos wasn't swinging the bat so well, you might be careful with Cabrera, maybe not pitch to him at all. Because when he gets in these modes, man, look out.
Well, this inning he's been falling behind the hitters, and it's hurt him.
Yeah, well, the error certainly doesn't help. Well, this team's trying hard to play a clean baseball. A lot of want out there. I mean, Mancini getting picked off because he wanted to score that first run. Gentry diving on that play because he wanted to make the big play, try to spark this team.
And just in time to get Castellanos. Wow. He was busting it down the line, 2 down.
Yeah, Castellanos digging, and Valencia over there kind of feeling a little uncomfortable about his throws lately, so taking his time and a nice stretch on the end. There it is, coming right at you. Getting the ball, a couple shuffle steps, quick look, and there's Mancini with that nice stretch. Actually up the line towards home plate. Instead of reaching too early, he goes and gets the ball. That's a big time stretch right there. That's a major league first baseman stretch, going to get the ball that way.
So Valencia gets his man. Here's Victor Martinez, who is hitless tonight. Cashner, who has never won here at Camden Yards, now trailing 7-0 in the 4th. Shift on again forward, Victor. Left field towards the corner. Long run for Gentry. Sliding try, and he made the catch. Gentry goes into a slide, and he makes the catch. So a fine defensive play ends the inning. Tigers get 2 more. Our M&T do-ups for the O's: Jones, Valencia, and Ricky. before. Bartolo Colon got the win. Another quality start, 7 innings, 3 runs. He's now won a game for 11 different franchises. Only 3 pitchers have ever done that: Mike Morgan, Ron Vallone, and LaTroy Hawkins. Kevin Pillar, a couple of solo home runs in defeat. And how about the Rays? They win again, 8 in a row. David Price started that game for Boston. 4 different home run hitters for Tampa Bay as the Rays are coming on. They came in here and swept the Orioles, and they've won the first 2 games in that series at Fenway Park. They're also now a game below 500.
Wow.
They're at 12 and 13. So they were 4 and 13. Now they've won 8 in a row, and they're 12 and 13.
It can happen. I mean, my goodness, if it can happen to the Rays, why can't it happen to the Orioles, right? Get on a nice little run. And I think for the Rays, it's a lot about their offense really starting to work. And of course, the Orioles looking for more consistency in that regard.
Adam flied out to right, his first at bat. Left center field, it's playable for Martin. And he's got it, 1 down. Savor the flavors of Sarasota, Florida. From fresh seafood to world-class cuisine. Visit savorsarasota.com. There are some wonderful restaurants in Sarasota. It's one of the nice things about spring training. Everything is daytime usually, so you get to enjoy all the Savor Sarasota restaurants.
Right.
Here's Valencia. Bounced out his first at bat. Daddy's hit in his last 2 games. He's 4 for 17 now in his last 5 games, including tonight. Now, Liriano has not pitched all that often here at Camden Yards. In fact, this is only his 4th career start at Oriole Park. And it's the first time in almost 6 years that he's pitched here at Camden Yards. Of course, he did spend some time in the National League. And a strike on the corner, but he was with the Twins, then with the White Sox. So the AL Central teams, there's a home and home, and that's it. He last pitched here prior to tonight, August 27th of 2012. He was with the White Sox then, and he pitched 5 innings and a no decision. He allowed 2 runs, 1 on a home run that was hit by Lou Ford.
All right.
That's how long ago it was. August 27th of 2012.
Wow.
And of the players who appeared in that game for the Orioles, only 3 remain on the team today. Adam Jones, Manny Machado, and Darren O'Day, who got in the game late in relief.
Wow.
Where's Lou Ford when you need him? Check swing, and he didn't go.
Boy,
but that was the magical year. All of a sudden, the Orioles came out of nowhere, made the wild card. They won the wild card in Texas, and then took the Yankees to 5 games in the division series. And if not for a couple of Jim Johnson blown saves, they would have gone to the ALCS that year.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. There was a big turnaround about that year.
And a base hit for Valencia. And he's on with a 1-out single. So Danny is now hitting 3 in a row. Fans, we invite you to host your next group outing this summer here at Oriole Park with discounted ticket prices for groups as small as 15 guests or party facilities fit up to 1,000 fans. Oriole Park can make your group outing an experience you'll never forget. Plus, group leaders can earn a variety of incentives, including the chance to throw out the ceremonial first pitch. To learn more, go online, Orioles.com/groups. Here's Joey Rickard, recalled today, and he'll take a strike. See, that's the phone call you want to get. Ron Johnson calls you in the office and says, Joey, here's a plane ticket. You're on a plane to Baltimore in the morning.
It sure is.
Norfolk was in Charlotte, or is in Charlotte.
You don't want any other tickets but going to Baltimore if you're in the minor leagues getting a call.
Candelario plays a tough hop. Machado back to first and out at first base in an eyelash as Rickard hustled down the line. Nicely turned, 5-4-3, and that was a hot smash at Jeimer Candelario. And look at Dixon Machado, gets out of the way and gets Rickard at first.
Uho now into the ball game, and a quick pitching change, just like a Jiffy Lube signature service oil change. In and out fast, and you never need an appointment. Take a look at our Uho's numbers. 9 games with a win on the year. 4.85 earned run average. Shaky early on, but he settled in nicely. 17 punch outs. Of course, the power changeup, his pitch to go to for a put away. Big time punch out pitch. Got a good fastball as well. An opponent sitting just 191 off Petey.
I like it. So Cashner stays on the bench. Disappointing outing for him. And again, it's all up to the starting pitchers to try to sustain something. And talk about it every day. You're as good as the next start. And he was a little bit off his game tonight. There's a broken bat. Jacoby Jones, Rickard, an easy play, and on 1 pitch, 1 down. Let's get a look at our upcoming schedule, brought to you by the LifeBridge Health Sports Medicine Institute, now open at Foundry Row in Owings Mills, covering all your bases head to toe. Finale of the homestand tomorrow, 1 o'clock game against Detroit, and the Orioles head out west. Resume on Tuesday night, 3 straight night games against the Angels in Anaheim, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And then following that Thursday game, they head to Oakland for a weekend series. Here's James McCann, the catcher. Strike 1. Pedro last worked on Wednesday night, 2 scoreless innings. He took a loss in Detroit. He gave up the walk-off home run to Dixon Machado in the game there on the Wednesday. And that was tough because the Orioles had a lead and O'Day gave up a home run, and then Sardinhas came off the bench and tied the game, and you're feeling pretty good about it. And then in the bottom of the ninth, Machado led off and hit it out.
Yeah.
And that was it. It was over.
Yeah, pretty emotional game there. Especially coming from Machado, you just didn't expect it.
Yeah, it's his only home run of the year, and it was on the 2nd pitch of the inning. He threw ball 1, then he threw a strike, and Dixon hit it out.
There he is, made a nice double play turn out there at second base.
So 2-1 the count on McCann with 1 out, nobody on. Ball 3.
Gonna get back in the zone. Pedro, too good a movement. Gonna keep that on the plate. Spiking the breaking ball there, but this combination, that fastball changeup, you got to show you can throw some strikes with that heater before you get those whiff swings.
Popped foul out of play. And the count to 3-2. Araujo pitched in 2 games in that 3-game series. After the loss on Wednesday, he pitched an inning and a third in the finale on Thursday and gave up a run on 3 hits. So some of the Tigers have seen him. McCann 1 at bat against them in that series and is 0 for 1. See the shift on against McCann. And he finds the hole despite the shift. McCann is on with a 1-out single. Let's get a look at our PNC Minor League Insights, brought to you by PNC. There's no better time to act than today. PNC, make today the day.
How about Hunter Harvey? Yeah, last night at Akron, 4 innings pitched and no runs on the board, only a couple hits. So 3 starts this season, and a 1.08 earned run average in 8 1/3 innings pitched. So Hunter Harvey off to a nice start in Double-A Bowie. Of course, always some concern. He's been hurt the last couple seasons. So, you know, nice to see him getting off to a positive start. He was up here for a little bit, opening everybody's eyes. And there was a lot of talk about him in spring training. A lot of hopes that Harvey would actually break camp. with the big club. Very poised young man with some good stuff.
And what's encouraging about that line from last night is they let him pitch 4 innings.
Yeah.
Because the word was he'd start off 2 here, 3 there, and the fact that he was on his game and they let him go to a 4th inning, that's a real good sign. Manny calls this one at short, and 2 down. He may be here by the end of the year.
I think so. I think so. I really think they were thinking about bringing him here like they did with Bundy and work him out of the pen to kind of manage his innings a little bit. Trust me, I know Buck Showalter was thinking about that just so he could keep his eye on him. You know,
right.
They did that with Dylan Bundy, and then they moved him into the starting role.
Well, he was here. He was promoted, did not get in the game, so he still hasn't made his big league debut. But here's the rematch. Dixon Machado up. And foul it back.
And the big rematch in Machado. He wasn't intimidated at all. He took a big cut on that first pitch, so he wanted to try it again.
Doesn't chase the slider. 1-1. Well, all this experience valuable for Araujo. Rule 5 pitcher. It's already his 10th game. He went right back to the same pitch. So Caleb liked what he saw. It wasn't a strike, so he called it again and he threw it a strike.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, nice job doubling up on the slider. He's been spiking a couple of them in this inning. Even count, so why not try it again? And flips a perfect slider in there all over the white, and then busts down, catch that corner. Perfect pitch.
Orioles are back to a 7-man bullpen with Tanner Scott optioned to AAA before the game. So Richard Blyer, for the moment, the lone lefty. And there he is, right in the middle. Hey, he's keeping score. And a swing and a miss. He got him. So Araujo allows a single. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th.
In the 2nd inning, boy, it was a tough one. Stolen base after a base hit by Iglesias. Cashner starting to get hit around a little bit. A seeing eye single finds a hole. Iglesias scores. They play a little 1st to 3rd, and then one of the best right-handed hitters in the history of the game taking him up into the flag court for a home run. Yeah, clearing the bases there. 4 runs on the board there in the 2nd inning. Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com to see how much you could save.
So it's true, the April showers are bringing May flowers. Andrew Cashner, his shortest outing as an Oriole, lasting 4 innings. And here come the O's, Santander, Gentry, and Caleb. Liriano has allowed a hit in each inning, but he's allowed only one hit in each inning. And he's already had 2 double plays turned behind him. The ball right center field, and Martin can't get it. He took a bad angle and it gets by him. Santander's thinking 3, and he's going to try, and he's going to make it. How about that? Martin took a bad angle and the ball just went by him.
Right? And then it almost looked like he gave up on it, almost like he maybe tweaked something, a hamstring. I thought he was going to pull up lame, but yeah, Santander beating him in the gap. Take a look right here, jumping off hot, and he's taking a direct line, but too much hair on that ball. And he kind of coasts to it out there in deep right center field, the biggest part of Camden Yards, and Santander never stopped running, hustling on into third base. How about that? Eyes on the ball. He's checking him out. He knows he's lollygagging after that ball, and he is on third base. Nice hustle there by Santander.
So his first career triple, and he's at third with nobody down. Pitch taken high by Gentry. That's Anthony's 3rd hit against the left-handed pitcher. And he has a 2-hit night. Weak ground ball will get a run in. Machado gets Gentry, but here's Santander to score. And it's 7-1 Detroit.
There you go. Santander swinging the bat pretty well here recently. You mentioned a couple hits, had a 3-hit game the other day. And Gentry picking up some easy money right there. Ground ball in the middle of the field. Get the O's on the board.
See, Buck Showalter giving him a start tonight. Now he's 2 for 2, so the confidence is going to grow. He hasn't had a lot of success against left-handed pitchers. So because Liriano has dominated left-handers so much, he gets a start because he's a switch hitter, and now he has 2 hits. So good for him. Meantime, how about that pitch to Gentry? Did that eat him up?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, got him good, but needs a run on the board.
Caleb flied out his first at bat. He has hits in his last 3 games. Lays off the high fastball.
Liriano talked about his command. Well, no problems right now. Very efficient.
Iglesias. And 2 down. Fans, last Sunday the Orioles celebrated Earth Day and recognized Oriole Park's LEED Gold certification by having each player and coach wear special Earth Day jerseys and caps. Go online Orioles.com/auctions and you can bid on these autographed and authenticated game-worn items. All the proceeds benefit the Chesapeake Bay Foundation. Bidding closes tomorrow. That's April 29th at 8 p.m. Orioles.com/auctions for your bid. Mancini doubled his last at bat.
Still a steady diet of pitches out there to Mancini, even though we talked about his ability to go the other way. Has good power the other way as well. He can drive one out of there. And keep it down there. It's tough.
Well, he now has 26 hits and 13 have been to right field. And yet they set up outside. He went too far on the check swing. And count evens 2-2 on Trey.
Tough change right there. It doesn't look like it, but Liriano, he does have some deception to that delivery. A little stab in the back, and then he's got that quick short arm coming over the top.
Iglesias plays the hop. And the Orioles go down here in the 5th, but they do get a run. We head to the 6th. 7-1 Detroit.
Tonight's Birdland Community Hero.
Andy is the founder of Baltimore Urban Baseball Association, or BUBBA. It's a nonprofit organization dedicated to rejuvenating baseball in Baltimore City. They work with former college and professional baseball players to teach, educate, and mentor young men by supporting and advancing their academic, athletic, and social development. On behalf of Andy, the Orioles Charitable Foundation will donate $2,500 to Baltimore Urban Baseball Association. And if you'd like to donate to any of our Birdland community heroes, go online, Orioles.com/heroes.
Good stuff right there from Andy Wettlinger. Really promote baseball here in Baltimore City. There's been a decline of baseball talent in the city, and Andy's trying to do his best to really spark it. Get these kids playing baseball again. So many of the youth here in Baltimore City, they get pushed to basketball and football because that's where the scholarships are. Not many baseball scholarships for kids. So Andy's trying to build the talent pool up here in Baltimore City. Great job by him. I'm actually going to be talking with him this summer, do a little piece on that BUBBA program.
Sky to left. There's Gentry, so Martinez retired, one away.
Yeah, there he is. You saw him, he was actually pointing up in the stands. I actually talked to him last week.
Is it real?
He was talking about, well, you know, this isn't about me. He's got so many volunteers that help out, and it's really the kids that make this program so special. And he was pointing up. He had 60 tickets left, upper seats up at Camden Yards right there. So he brought a bunch of kids. So good stuff right there for Andy.
Well, it's a great program. Jamir Candelario takes ball one. So Araujo is going to try to get through this inning and hopefully another. With a day game tomorrow, it's a quick turnaround.
And that nasty change. Boy, get some serious movement on that pitch.
That fan's getting a memory, taking the pictures of Pedro.
Saying, how do you talk into this phone, Mom?
How about that? An actual camera. And there's a strike at the knees, 2-1. It's been an amazing ascent for Pedro. Last year he was an A ball with the Cubs, and here he is in the major leagues. I mean, it gives you an idea of just how deep that Cubs minor league system is. I mean, last year he began the season at 23, turned 24 in July, and he was in A ball all year. I mean, that's pretty advanced age to still be in A ball. He was in the Carolina League where he dominated the league. But we've seen it with the Orioles and how they place their minor leaguers. That's why so many of the top prospects are at Bowie, because they need to play, they need to pitch, or they need to play the field, like Cedric Mullins and Austin Hayes. They're good enough to be in AAA. They're good enough to be here in the big leagues. And AAA has a loaded roster. Ron Johnson does such a great job with the AAA team. I was talking to him in spring training, and he said that the toughest part about the job as a AAA manager is that every player in that clubhouse thinks they belong here in Baltimore, not in AAA.
Well, they better. I mean, I think that's the right attitude to have. But like Joey Rickard, who thought that he should be here too, he worked hard to get his butt back here. It's the guys that go down there with the bad attitudes that don't get the recalls, and they, end up giving AAA actually a bad name.
3-2 pitch, swing and a miss. He got him. Outstanding changeup.
No, he threw a few of them during this at bat, and finally got Candelario to swing at this one. Very good pitch. How about all the pitches down and away? The Nissan pitch track. Finally, really good changeup, able to get him out in front. Beautiful pitch there.
So here comes Miguel Cabrera, who has a 3-run home run, a double, and a single. 5 RBI night. Oh, by the way. And moving up on the all-time hits list. This one to center field. Jones has it measured, and he's got it. So Araujo with a 3-up, 3-down inning. Mid-6th, 7-1 Tigers. At Foundry Row in Owings Mills, covering all your bases head to toe. Saturday night baseball here at Camden Yards. Tigers with 5 runs early, lead it 7-1. Francisco Liriano looking for his 3rd win and his 2nd against the Orioles.
Yeah, pitching pretty well. Pitching very efficiently right now. Only 68 pitches thrown.
He and Cashner squared off on April 17th in Detroit, and Liriano won that game. Peterson 0 for 2. He lined into a double play his last at bat. Mancini had doubled, and Peterson hit a line drive to the second baseman Machado, who doubled off Mancini. Gets ahead 2-0. Dixon Machado, he's looked pretty good against the Orioles.
Yeah, he sure has. Yeah, both ends, defensively and offensively.
Breaking ball for a strike, 2-1.
A tough pitch right there on Peterson. A little slider down at the bottom of the zone, and didn't look like it was a strike from here. So 2-1 count gets him right back into the count.
From 2-0 to 2-2. This is going to be a tough play for Liriano, and he gets it there just in time. Wow. Good hustle there by Peterson. He has some kind of speed. For every Orioles walk, CareFirst Blue Cross Blue Shield contributes $50 to support the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society Light the Night Walk. The O's have drawn 78 walks for a total of $3,900. CareFirst encourages each of us to take that first step towards a healthier and a more active lifestyle. Manny Machado now, he is 1 out of 2 with a single in the first inning. So Manny now has a 3-game hitting streak, and his consistency is amazing, Mike. In his last 14 games coming into tonight, there's a bouncer to second. He had 14 RBIs and batted nearly 400.
Oh yeah.
So you got to be pretty consistent to put up numbers like that.
Well, absolutely. I mean, Manny Machado has been locked in, and we talked about it yesterday in spring training. He's locked in this whole month, so a couple very solid months. The confidence very high right now for Machado offensively.
Adam Jones now, he has flied out twice. It's been tough for the Orioles to consistently score runs to the start of this year. In their first 26 games, they scored 2 runs or less in 10 of those 26 games.
Yeah, not very typical of this Oriole team. Kind of built for the American League East, where you bop, drive in, home runs, and really that's how the Orioles have been in the last 6 years or so. But yeah, slow start. Pushing many runs across the plate.
They're averaging 3.3 runs per game, and in this division it's hard to win with any consistency scoring 3 runs a game. Santander triple and run scored tonight. Adam Jones gets into one to right field. That ball has some carry. Castellanos back, and just in front of the grounds crew shed, he makes the catch. So a 3-up, 3-down inning. We will head to the 7th with the Tigers in front. Challenger Fantasy Camp. 60 athletes with physical and developmental challenges had the opportunity to learn baseball skills with Richard Blyer. Richard Blyer, one of the good guys on the team, and the kids had a great time. And over in Fort Meade, the Oriole Advocates baseball program held the annual Challenger Fantasy Camp there. 60 more athletes with physical and developmental challenges, the opportunity to learn baseball skills. So thank you to Richard Blyer for a day well spent.
Absolutely, good stuff. Richard Blyer getting involved in the community like so many of his teammates are.
And Pedro stays on. Araujo, 2 scoreless innings in relief. Castellanos, swing and a miss.
Nice slider. I think Buck Showalter kind of planning ahead here. A shorter outing, obviously, by Cashner. A few innings eaten up by Pedro. Certainly want to go out on that West Coast full strength with your bullpen.
Alex Cobb will get a start in Anaheim. I haven't looked at the weather, but it is Southern California, so I guess it'll be very pleasant to pitch in.
Does it rain in Southern California?
Yeah, I'll write a song about that. 2-2 as he bounces that one.
May as well try it again. Get the 2 strikes. I mean, go to your money pitch. And that change just has some serious movement all over the place. A couple times he's bounced it, but when he gets it started on the plate, man, it's hard to lay off.
Castellanos 1 out of 3 with an RBI single. Check swing, they appeal, and he went. And Castellanos down on strikes. He doesn't agree. And strikeout number 3 for Pedro.
Take a look. See a little slider with the finish. See that bat head coming out there. All going against Castellanos there, but a couple good pitches from Araujo.
But Pedro now 2 1/3 innings in relief, which ties his career high for longest appearance. On April 8th in New York, he pitched 2 1/3 scoreless against the Yankees. So with his next out, he'll establish a new career high. Here's Victor Martinez, hitless on the night. He's also had a couple of outings where he's gone 2 innings. So Pedro is showing the Orioles, Buck Showalter, Roger McDowell, that he can be counted on for these type of outings.
Yeah, hey, maybe they're trying to stretch him out into a starter. Seems like they're always looking for starters. Yacobonis sent down, starting to work in the starting role. Mike Wright out there waiting his turn. Last outing looked pretty good.
So he comes change up 2-0, and he gets a veteran hitter to swing and miss.
Yeah, well, good pitch right there. Nice trust in it. Missed with the change up before, and it was a nice take by the veteran hitter. And then you figure, well, ball's behind 2-0. He's thinking nothing but dead red, and then he places that change up right at the bottom of the zone. Good pitch.
There's Valencia charging, and he'll get Martinez for the second out.
Charged in and makes the play, and then charges over to third base after making the play on the second base side.
So Darren O'Day and Brad Brock They were at the clinic at Fort Meade today. Also, the B. Al Bunbury and John Parrish, they were there teaching fundamentals. Of course, Darren does so much for the military. And tomorrow will be Military Day here at the ballpark. Wanted to make sure we recognized.
Absolutely. Yeah, Darren O'Day is always involved in military events, and he'll certainly be here hosting military that comes in.
By the way, we're keeping an eye on Norfolk tonight at Charlotte because of Trumbo, and Mark's having another good night, 2 for 4 with an RBI. But David Hess, another outstanding outing for AAA. 6 innings, 1 run. That ball's hit to left field and deep. Long run for Gentry. He's not going to get there, and it's fair, and it bounces up in the stands. So an automatic double. Jacoby Jones on with 2 men down.
Yeah, just reaching out there, getting a good part of the bat on it. Take a look. Yeah, the hanger staying in the middle of the plate. Maybe got a little fooled, but he stayed on that breaking ball. And just hugging the line, man. Just barely a fair ball bouncing up into the seats.
That was a great shot. We were eavesdropping in between the 2 umpires.
Right.
But just to finish up on Hess, Mike, his ERA now is 1.02.
Wow. Wow. That's good. Let's see that.
And 6 innings is a season high for David Hess. So nice job by him tonight. Miguel Castro now getting loose. This is the 3rd inning for Araujo. McCann has a single in 3 trips. He is the number 7 batter for Ron Gardenhire.
Well, Pedro's been falling behind this inning, but the ability to come back with the secondary offerings, the key there, get some hitters out in front. But you wonder, is he kind of reaching the threshold of where he can pitch? I know Buck Showalter stretching him a little bit.
So a reference to is the tank empty?
Could be. Yeah.
James McCann has taken over the number 1 catcher's job that at one time was held by Alex Avila, who's now in Arizona. Another University of Arkansas product. They are all over Major League Baseball.
Hotbed.
Hard hit ball, base hit left field. Jones can fly. He's coming around the score, and it's cut off by Valencia. So 2 out, nobody on rally. McCann picks up his 11th ribby, and it's now 8-1 Detroit.
Well, that ball came off hot because infield, everybody shifted over on the left side. You get a fastball staying in the middle, 108 miles an hour off the bat, just shoots through that shifted defense.
So Araujo does a pretty good job. He goes 2 2/3, and we'll get Castro coming on here in the 7th.
So earned run average. 10 punch outs for Castro. Yeah, big right arm, slinging right. He can rush it up there to mid to high 90s. There's a slider and change to go along with it. Right now, really holding down the right-handed batters. Just a 143 batting average. He lefties way up there, so still trying to defend himself, but trying to get this third out right here against Iglesias. He definitely has the weapons to do so.
So McCann with his 11th RBI makes it 8-1. And here's Iglesias.
There you go, just slinging the fastball, 96 miles an hour. A little bit uncomfortable. I mean, he's a tall drink of water out there, and coming from the side. With that much heat, tough to just dig in.
So quickly 0-2. Miguel last worked on Wednesday against Tampa Bay. He allowed a run in an inning and a third. Down and in. He's allowed runs in 6 of his 9 appearances. Liriano benefiting from all the support from his teammates tonight. But each time Castro's allowed only 1 run. So they haven't been able to get to him for that big crooked number, even though he's allowed runs in 6 of his 9 appearances. That's a pretty good looking slider there. And down on strikes goes Iglesias. Well, we hit to the bottom of the 7th. Our Ram due-ups, Valencia, Rickard, and Santander. This weekend series, it'll be Daniel Norris on the mound for Detroit, and Kevin Gausman goes for the O's. Our coverage on MASN 2 begins at 12:30 with O's Extra, then game coverage at 1 o'clock. We've got all the access you need right here on MASN. 8-1 game as we go to the bottom of the 7th, and welcome into the booth Jim Hunter and Mike Bordick. And tough night overall. You fall behind 6-0 early. It's very, very difficult. But the Orioles showing some signs of life at the plate in this series, and I think that's a positive.
Oh, absolutely. You know, they had 16 hits a couple days ago, so that's certainly enough to ignite an offense. And of course, Manny's been pretty hot. Yeah, a little, you know, unsettling that Cashner, turned in the 4-inning outing. He's been so consistent as far as getting into the middle part of a ball game, up around the 6th inning for this team, and keeping his team actually in every game. And unfortunately, his record would be better if the offense had been there for him early on in the season, but not quite there tonight. Made some mistakes on the plate, and the Tigers offense came to life after being completely shut down last night by Chris Tillman.
Yeah, the Orioles also running into starting pitchers who are on their game. Liriano, he's throwing a gem tonight.
He really is. He hasn't had any problem with command, which has been an issue in the past, but keeping it around the plate. A little help from home plate umpire Mike Estabrook tonight, whose plate is a little bit bigger. A lot of turnarounds by both sides offensively. So, you got to make your adjustment, I guess, offensively, but Liriano been around the plate enough.
Valencia 1 out of 2 tonight facing Liriano. And he has another base hit. Sprinting out of the box, but he'll settle for a single. Jones has good speed and he got over there quickly, so a 2 for 3 night for Valencia. Well, it's a whole new ball game with RBI Baseball 18. RBI Baseball 18 delivers an all-new franchise mode and much more. RBI Baseball 18 available now. Learn more at RBIGame.com. That's RBIGame.com, rated E for everyone. Here's Joey Rickard, called up from AAA today. Eighth different player already to appear on both rosters, the AAA Tides and the Orioles here in the big leagues. Earned his way back with a .345 average. He was batting 3rd for Norfolk.
Yeah, so Joey making some adjustments, climbing up the top of the order. I don't know that he is a 3rd place hitter. Obviously, Buck slide him down a little bit, but man, when you lock in as a hitter and you get that feel like it seems like Rickard's in right now, you want to hit in those drive him in spots. Great opportunities to pick up some RBI. Rickard's been seeing the ball well, and a good advantage right now as Liriano possibly running out of some gas, falling behind 3-0 to Joey Rickard. Pitching coach Sean Basio on the horn out to the bullpen, getting some action up. Or Chris Basio.
Warwick soft hold. There's a walk to Rickard, so maybe the gas tank that looked to affect Pedro is now affecting Liriano. That is just his 2nd walk, and each time it's been Joey Rickard. Well, he's only allowed 1 run, and here comes Ron Gardenhire. Oh, excuse me, that's Basio. They both have the goatees. So he is stalling for time for Saupold. Liriano trying to put together his 3rd quality start this season. Last year he had 5 for the entire year. And Basio has his say with Liriano, and let's get a look at our forward drive of the game. Anthony Santander leading off in the 5th.
Yeah, how about him driving the backdoor breaking ball to right center field, actually beating the center fielder Martin, who's showing some great speed out there, but there was a little extra on that ball. And then, oh yeah, he's picking up some paper, hustling on into 3rd base. His first career triple right there for Anthony.
Hurry to your local Ford dealers for great savings on cars, trucks, and SUVs. When the O's get the first 2 on, they trail by 7. Like to take advantage of a rally in the making here. Valencia and Rickard on. Joey not being held. He has good speed. Santander 2 for 2. He said back-to-back multi-hit games.
Yeah, flipped out 3 knocks in his last start.
Liriano gets ahead 0-2. He wouldn't chase there. Down in the dirt. There's Ron Gardenhire. See, I told you had a goatee.
Yes, yes.
Ball and 2 strikes on Santander. And it gets away from McCann all the way back to the screen. So both runners will advance. Valencia to third and Rickard to second.
Like that, kind of crossing McCann up. Not saying with the pitch, just the hand position. He ends up pushing that ball away, catching him off the thumb. Big time clank right there from McCann. Pushes back, and now runners at second and third. Good opportunity now for Santander.
From 0-2 to 2-2. Ground ball to first. Cabrera looks back. Valencia to third. Nicely done there by Miguel, and 1 down.
Yeah, Santander reaching out there, helping Liriano out. Good movement, obviously, on the pitches from Liriano, but puts it out in play out to Miguel at first base, and Miguel doesn't want any more runs to cross, so he has a quick head look.
So now Ron Gardenhire comes out, and he'll make a pitching change as Craig Gentry will come up, and we'll get Warwick Saupold to come on here in the 7th. So a fine job by Liriano tonight. He leaves with a big lead.
Hits, excuse me, by the Oriole offense. Only 1 run on the board. But key to Liriano's success tonight, only 2 walks on the board. So very efficient night. 87 pitches thrown, of course, responsible for the runners at second and third. Now Saupold into the ball game. 6 games for 1.23 earned run average. Pretty good arm, fastball in the low 90s. A nice little cutter and a curve to go along with it. See the opponent batting averages for the righty anyway. Not too good at just 200 there. Lefty's a click better, 286.
Pedro Alvarez, well, he had a night last night.
Boy, didn't the Bull. First multi-home run game since August 5th of 2016. Are you kidding me? At the Chicago White Sox. And last night he popped 2 of them. A couple beautiful swings by Pedro Alvarez to really give that offense a charge last night.
2 in scoring position. And a foul ball. Saupold is from Australia. See the line for Pedro last night with 2 home runs. And his nickname is Aussie. That's not very original.
I could call it Tex, I guess.
Come up with something better than that. He has been in the Tigers organization since he signed. Last year got in the 45 games. Another foul ball, 0-2.
There's that little cutter. Just enough movement there to get it in on the hands. Keeping off the barrel of the bull.
Pedro has hits in his last 2 games, 3 for 8, including those 2 home runs last night. Good take. Valencia's at third, Joey Rickard at second. And another good take. A 2-2. Pedro's seen Saupold just once. He's 0 for 1 against him. He was not on the Tigers active roster when the Orioles were in Detroit. He was brought up on this road trip, and here he is in the game tonight. Well, that's a gutsy take, the way that strike zone's been tonight.
Yeah, real good take. Now, of course, when you're a pinch hitter and you come in, you get the scouting report from hitting coach Scott Coolbaugh, and of course there was some pregame stuff talking about pitchers that they might face. So he knows there's a little bit of a cutter right there. That was a good take by Alvarez.
And there's a walk. So from 0-2 to a walk to load the bases.
How about that? That's the Pedro's 11th walk this season. He's second on the team or second in the American League actually in walks. I mean, limited opportunities for the Bulls. So I'm capitalized last night with a couple home runs. Seen them all pretty well.
Chance Sisco's going to pinch hit for Caleb Joseph. And the other night against Tampa Bay with Jake Faria on the mound, he homered the opposite way. First home run since September 24th of last year, when he hit a home run off Jake Faria.
Yeah, now beautiful swing right there. Now there are times when Sisco can kind of fillet that ball the opposite way, but he stayed over that and backspun it to left field. So that was a really good swing.
And it hit him. So he'll get an RBI that forces in a run. So his first career plate appearance with the bases loaded. He sees one pitch and he takes one for the team.
Yeah. Easy bunny right there. We'll take that. Now how about the little conga line? Keep these bases loaded for a while. Get some more runs on the board. Here's the cutter. And Sisco, just like Alvarez, knows that he's probably going to get a cutter, but not the thigh. How about that? It's chasing him in there.
So it hurts, but he does get the RBI. Mancini takes ball 1. So Sisco, he's got a target on him. He's been hit by pitches now back-to-back games. Ouch. Rickard, Alvarez, and Sisco third to first with Mancini against Saupold. Hard hit ball caught by Candelario at third. That ball was blistered.
I think Mancini could be hitting 600 this year. He wasn't hitting them right at people. Here's one hooking down, and you know, we talk all the time, especially the hot corner. You better get low and get your eyes behind it. How about that concentration? 98 miles an hour. That's sinking away from him. He took his eyes right to it. Nice play by the young third baseman.
So it's up to Jace Peterson. And his hitless on the night. Finally gets to see a right-hander. Joe Jimenez now getting loose for Detroit. Tigers, like the Orioles, have a 7-man bullpen, 6 righties, 1 lefty. And the drizzle has returned. Off speed, right in there at the knees, 1-1.
Yeah, so his little changeup, I mean, he throws it pretty hard, 86, 87 miles an hour, but it's got a little fade action away, but we've seen him cut it in on the lefties as well.
Saupold has never faced Jace Peterson. Rickard, Alvarez, Cisco, the runners. Mancini, the hardest hit ball this inning, and it was caught. He doesn't look too happy.
No. His poor helmet's been taking a beating the last couple days, too.
Another good take. 3-1. Machado's on deck, so if Peterson can get on, that'll get interesting.
Oh, yeah.
And it's outside, ball 4, and it forces in a run. So Saupold comes on. He has walked 2. He's hit a batter with the bases loaded, and that forces in another run.
Keep pushing him through, and now you got the hottest hitters in baseball stepping to the plate. Money time for Machado.
And Manny will not get to face Saupold. Here's Ron Gardenhire again. Well, Peterson, been with the Orioles now 4 games. He has 4 RBIs. And Joe Jimenez, the hard-throwing right-hander, will come on. So the Orioles have 2 and bases loaded, 2 down in the 7th.
Out of their bullpen, 2.31 earned run average, 9 punch outs, 5 walks. He has scattered to 10 hits. Pretty good arm. Fastball in the mid-90s. That's a good hard slider to go along with it. Occasional changeup. Opponents only hitting 222. He is a fly ball pitcher. You know, he can get him up in the air. It's just a matter of catching one flush for Manny Machado.
So Jimenez, a tough battle here. He has faced Machado 3 times, and Manny has 2 base hits off him. So you see the bases loaded, 2 runs in. Orioles trailing by 5. The potential tying run is on deck. Manny's the 8th Oriole to bat. Jimenez allowed 3 runs the other day in game 1 of the doubleheader in Pittsburgh. He had gone 10 consecutive appearances without allowing a run. So the 1 hiccup the other day against the Pirates. Ball 1. That's interesting. He's known to be in a hard throw, and the first pitch is an off-speed pitch.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody today. Yeah, it seems like flips up the breaking ball.
Tough inning for Saupold. He faced 4 batters, got only 1 out. It was a blistering line drive off the bat of Mancini. Skied to right. That's fading back towards the grandstand, and it's out of play. A ball and a strike on Manny.
There's that good fastball you're talking about. Manny last Grand Slam, or the Orioles, excuse me, April 6th. Yeah, the Bull did it against the Yankees.
Alvarez, Cisco, and Peterson. And the fastest runner is the trail runner. Two and one. Yeah, that Alvarez grand slam, by the way, it's the only Orioles grand slam this year. Long ball here by Manny makes it a one-run game. Now back.
Pretty good pitch right there. The change. And some nasty moving. Watch this ball. Dive bombing down and in on Manny Machado. And really trying to do some damage. Aggressive cut there from Machado. Now it's time to go back to shorten up. Use the whole field. And keep this line moving here.
Well, 2-2. Fights off a good pitch. Daniel Stumpf, the lone left-hander, getting loose. Orioles have two players left on the bench. Switch hitter Luis Sardinas and Chris Davis, left-handed batter. Towards the middle, and it gets on through for a base hit. Here's Alvarez to score, Cisco to score. Throw to third, not in time. Peterson beats the throw. So Machado comes through. It's a 4-run inning. And the Orioles are battling back in it.
There you go. Manny Machado staying hot after a big cut for strike two. He stayed short. Tough pitch right there. 96 miles an hour, finding a hole back through the box. Yeah, staying through the middle of the field. Couple runs score for the Orioles, and the offense started to come alive.
So Manny has a 2-hit game, his 12th multi-hit effort, 2 RBIs, 7th multi-RBI game, and he now has 22 on the year to lead the team. So here's Adam Jones in a big spot, and Adam is due. He was 0 for 4 last night. He's 0 for 3 tonight. It is a 3-run game, and the tying run is at the plate. Well, he was thinking about it.
Boy, wasn't he?
And the drizzle is back. Liriano looking on. This is his win. Breaking ball fouled off. That'll be back in the crowd. So this is the most lucrative single inning for the Orioles in any of their home games this year, scoring 4 runs. Jones now down on the count 0-2.
Well, Adam, nice swing his last at bat, driving the ball deep to right center field. We can square another one up here with 2.
Got under it, left center field. Jacoby Jones in on it, Martin in on it, and the center fielder calls and makes the catch. So the Orioles bat around, they score 4 and get back in it in the 7th. tonight. That is Jose Iglesias, fly ball to deep right. Joey Rickard just back with the team today, goes all the way, makes the catch, and then pays for it as he slams into the wall. So Rickard takes a base hit away, and then there's Victor Martinez. How about Craig Gentry in left field for the final out of the fourth? Into the slide before he hits the grandstand, and he makes the catch. So a couple of nice defensive plays here tonight by Oriole outfielders. So the drizzle continues here as we head to the eighth. Chase Peterson moves to left field. Gentry was pinch hit for. Chance Cisco is now catching, and Luis Sardinhas is now in the game at second base. Castro stays on, and there's a strike to Dixon Machado.
Boy, that rain brought a little cold weather in behind it, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, a little chilly tonight.
You mean you didn't bring your just-in-case jacket?
I did not. It was such a nice day today. Yeah, I almost went topless. I heard it was going to be 50 degrees tonight. I didn't want to wear a shirt.
Well, you Maine guys. When does it get to be summer weather in Maine? August?
Yeah.
And there's a base hit. So Dixon Machado, he's been on base for a third time now. He has walked, reached on an error, and now base hit.
A pretty solid approach right there. Not trying to do too much on Castro. Taking it right back through the middle. Now with the Orioles kind of inching closer that last inning, they better be prepared for some potential manufacturing of a run here by the Tigers. So possible bunt situation, even a hit and run with Martin up.
Martin has driven in a run and scored a run. Yeah, what you might see him try to do here with Machado and tight is drag a bunt, because he has the speed to beat it out, and at a minimum, as Mike alluded to, try to get a runner in the scoring position. Instead, he fouls it back.
That's an aggressive swing right there.
So the Orioles get back in it with a 4-run inning. Each team has had a 4-run inning tonight. One and one to count on Martin. Martin is facing Miguel for the first time. Mark Showalter looking over the lineup card there. Who's coming up when? Orioles will have the same order in the eighth, with Valencia leading off. And there's a balk. It looked like his cleat got stuck in the rubber.
A tough break right there. We'll take a look. Castro going into the windup, and it looked like it might have been the back foot he was worried about. Thought a lot of times the pitcher's the front foot as they glide down the mound. The spike sticks, but something was going on that backside. He just stopped that delivery.
Left field for Peterson. An unproductive at bat for Martin, and the Orioles benefit from that. And one away. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Orioles, may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Orioles. A lot of youngsters at the game tonight. They're having fun. See the shift on against Jeimer Candelario. The balk to Castro, the second in his career. That ball's cued. Manny's got to hurry, and he makes sure to keep it foul.
Smart play there. That one might have spun back. If it caught that grass, might have kicked right back into fair territory. Manny getting on it. Taking the question right out of the way.
Castro came on and got the final out of the 7th. Trying to keep this a 3-run game. Just off the plate.
Good try. Good movement there with the changeup. A little two-seam change for Castro, playing off his two-seam slinging fastball, and boy, he started in the right spot, had good movement on the end. Just a better take by the young lefty hitter.
That one well off the plate for ball 2. Andrew Cashner started 4 innings, 7 runs, 6 earned. Pedro Araujo, good outing in relief, 1 run and 2 2/3, and now Castro. A lot of close pitches.
Yeah, just missing once again with that changeup at the bottom of the zone.
Well, 3-1. There's a strike. 3-2.
Yeah, threw the change again.
Fouls it off. Candelario battling here. He's about to see a 7th pitch in this at bat. Dixon Machado leading from second base. Slicing down the left field line, a long run for Peterson. He gets there and makes the catch, and that was a fair ball. Nicely done by Jace Peterson. Man, does he have speed.
Yeah, beauty. Nice play and versatility now showing up. Been playing second base since coming over and donning that Oriole uniform, and he just showed you how he can run them down in the outfield. That ball slicing away, and handled that one pretty easily. Got it quickly back into third base.
Miguel Cabrera intentionally walked with first base open. Not a bad move. You know, you wondered, Mike, Peterson did play some left field with the Yankees. In fact, he started against the Orioles in left field when the Orioles and Yankees played in New York, but he's been working so much with Bobby Dickerson on the infield. This is probably the first time he's even been out there.
Yeah, might be.
I mean, every day he's been having the early sessions with Dickerson, so.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure Wayne got it in his ear and said, man, you better take some fly balls too, because you might be out there sooner than you think.
I wonder if he has. Here's Castellanos. And a strike.
Yeah, I think he'd been playing actually more outfield recently than infield. So I know Bobby wanted to get him a lot of ground ball work.
A real good pitch. 0-2.
Back-to-back sliders there on the plate with some real good finish. And now just kind of show it on the plate, kind of work away or pop it one of them big fastballs. So a lot of ways he can be aggressive to get this final out.
And that one gets away from Cisco. Wild pitch will advance the runners.
And just holding on to this one a little bit too long, being careful, not wanting to make a mistake after getting up 0-2. Just yanking that slider. See it kicking away from Cisco. Just trying to get that body turned to keep it on there on the dirt. But kicking away enough. Get two guys in the scoring position.
So there's been a balk and now a wild pitch in this inning. A ball and 2 strikes on Castellanos. And he struck him out. Nice job there by Miguel Castro to come back and get the final out. So Detroit strands 2. We head to the bottom of the 8th in a 3-run game. And before you knew it, the Orioles batted around and scored 4 runs. So they trail by 3. Jimenez stays on. The drizzle continues here.
Heavier drizzle.
We had a half-hour rain delay before first pitch, and there's Darren O'Day getting ready to pitch the 9th. So can the Orioles put 4 on the board to give O'Day a save chance?
Why not? They made it look pretty easy there in the 7th inning.
And there's a breaking ball for a strike.
Keep having those good at bats. Was that last inning helped by 3 walks and hit by pitch.
A ball and a strike. Jimenez from Puerto Rico. That's good to see. The best hitter on the team still checking in with the hitting coach.
Oh, absolutely. Well, there's so many things that you know, you love for a hitter to be accountable to himself, kind of self-coach, be a good self-evaluator, but there are a lot of things you don't see. You might feel something differently, and the hitting coach has his eyes on you all the time. And great, Coolbaugh's really good at understanding video, pointing out subtle changes that maybe a hitter might need. But more so the back end of this bullpen probably. Okay, if situation comes up, there's going to be guys coming out. Who's going to be the guy that Manny might face in the 9th inning?
Manny seems to be agreeing with everything. Keeps nodding yes.
Yeah.
1-2. There's a chopper deep short. Iglesias, the long throw, bounced, and look at the play by Cabrera. Wow. That was nicely done on both ends, and Valencia's retired.
Man, he made some nice plays last night, Cabrera did, at first base, helping out his infielders. Pretty slick fielding shortstop here by Iglesias. Tough little hop on the end in between, then the throw on the run. You know that ball's a little greasy too on this wet track, and they're flipping it on the run. All those momentum heading towards third base, and you get picked up by a future Hall of Famer at first. Cabrera making it look easy.
Here's Joey Rickard. Left field, pretty deep, but Jacoby Jones has it. And just in front of the warning track, he makes the grab for the out. 2 down. So since the 2-run single that Jimenez allowed to Machado, he's retired 3 in a row. The 2 down, Anthony Santander comes up, 2 hits, including a triple and a run scored. He's now hitting his last 3 games. Fastball high, 1-0. Trey Mancini's had a tough night, although he did double. But he had the best ball put in play in that 7th inning was off Trey's bat, and he hit it right at the third baseman.
Right.
This game's not fair.
How many times have we seen it for Mancini?
With him, you're right.
Yeah.
It's just not fair, Trey.
And up to another reason why it's so hard to hit at the major league level. You know, you get scouting reports on you. They figure out, you know, potentially how to pitch you, but the defense gets adjusted to your swing. So they're in a high percentage spot that, you know, you square one up, the guy's going to be there. And in that situation, they were played perfectly.
Now 2-1 on Santander, trying to keep the inning going. Foul back. Let's get a look at StatCast, the line drive off the bat of Mancini.
Yeah, you were talking about the bullet, 97.6 off the bat. 63% hit probability coming off at that rate of speed, but doesn't help when you hit it right at the third baseman.
Well, Terry Crowley used to tell us every day, you can't guide the ball.
No, all you can do is hit it.
And he got him on a high fastball. So a 3-up, 3-down inning. O's go in order in the 8th. Independent American Standard heating and air dealer at MidAtlanticComfort.com. Well, the drizzle continues, but not interrupting play as we head to the 9th, 8-5 game. Tigers at one point led it 8-1. And Darren O'Day does come on for an inning of work.
Yeah, 10th appearance for O'Day, 3.72 earned run average coming down. 9 2/3 innings of work. How about 12 punch outs for Darren, holding opponents down to that 222 batting average. Darren wants to have a quick inning here and get that offense in there. A dramatic comeback. Offense kind of sporadic tonight, but they have been heating up here lately.
He'll face Victor Martinez, who is one hitter who has not contributed tonight. He's 0 for 4 and now 0 for his last 14. That ball is hit deep to right field. That ball is back, and that ball is gone. It's onto the flag court. So Martinez rudely greets O'Day. First pitch, he hits it out. Big insurance run for the Tigers. They lead at 9-5.
Yeah, Darren O'Day starting Martinez off with a slider, but just didn't get to where he wanted it to be. It looked like it stayed on that inner third. And Martinez ready for it. I wanted a little backdoor piece. You see Cisco setting up out there, almost the whole body off the plate, and it ends up center cut. Martinez not missing that one.
Well, Day gives up another home run. And here's Jacoby Jones. Here's a good slider. 0-1. Jones has a couple of doubles in this game. He's also scored a run. Snapped out of an 0 for 11 with his double in the third. So Victor Martinez hits his second, and they've both been against the Orioles. He had a 2-run home run off Andrew Kashner in the game in Detroit on the 17th. And now he hits one here off O'Day. Generous call there. Jacoby Jones can't believe it.
Well, we're right back to that outside corner. You know, early in the ball game it was big, and even though Cisco setting up inside, you see the third pitch catching the edge, didn't look good. Wasn't presented very well by Cisco, only because he was setting up on the inner third.
Now the count holds 1-2 for the O's in the ninth. Sardinas, Cisco, and Mancini are due up. Chris Davis, the lone available hitter on the bench. He was given the night off tonight. There's Chris. No ball and 2 strikes on Jacoby Jones.
Good try. And his rising fastball there. But Jacoby Jones, he knows the scouting report. Didn't really flinch at that one.
Well, 2-2 on Jones, with McCann the catcher on deck. And he got him. Gets a fastball by him, 1 away.
Good pitch. Trying to get it in there on that inside corner. It seems like the hole at bat. And finally able to stick one in there good. Right on the inside corner, working up and in. Good pitch.
Now 1 down. That'll bring up McCann. Drove in a run with a single in the 7th. He has a 2-hit night. Tigers have 12 base hits. Last night they had just 2 hits. And tonight when they scored in the first inning, it snapped a streak. They had gone 22 consecutive innings without a run. They are 3 outs away from improving to 4-1 against the Orioles, which would ensure they win the series this year. Never can figure out the schedule. In the Orioles on their first road trip, in fact their first road game was in Houston. As you get a look at Shane Green, the closer for Detroit. And the O's won't see the Astros again until the final 4 days of the season.
Yeah.
So the first road game and then the final 4 days. And now here Detroit, they'll be done with them after tomorrow. Because the teams in the Central and the West, you play just 2 series against, 1 at each ballpark.
Yeah, most of the time spent playing within your division.
Line, there's a base hit. That one hung. And McCann has a 3-hit night. Peterson plays it back in, a 1-out base runner.
Yeah, a couple sliders staying up in the zone. There no day right now. That one came off pretty hot, about 100 miles an hour.
Well, it's amazing how one game can make you feel better about things as Iglesias comes up. McCann was 3 for his last 15 when he came up in the 5th. And since the 5th inning, he's 3 for 3. He'll probably get tomorrow off with the day game. John Hicks is the backup catcher. This ball is trouble. Nope, Mancini back on it. Didn't go as far as I thought. And 2 down.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to float out there into the devil's triangle between right second base and first base, but Mancini all over that one. Pretty good pitch there. Jamming up Iglesias.
Here's Dixon Machado, who has walked, reached on an error, singled, and struck out, and he scored twice. Big insurance run on the home run by Martinez. Tigers once again up by 4. Machado has never faced Darren O'Day.
Yeah, not a comfortable at bat if you haven't faced him too often. You know, anybody that that kind of submarine delivery is just something you don't see enough to be comfortable with at the major league level. Especially when you have to face a veteran that really knows how to locate the pitches.
One and 2 on the swing and the miss.
That rising fastball right here. One of his better weapons. I mean, look at that thing take off up in the zone. Looks good. I mean, every hitter that faces a pitcher like O'Day, you always say, get him up, get him up. He's a sinker ball pitcher. And O'Day feeds off that stuff. He senses when they're feeling that, and then he just takes it up above the belt, top of the zone.
Poke to right. Joey Rickard is there, and he's got it. Tigers get the insurance run on the home run by Martinez. We head to the bottom of the ninth. The O's trail by 4. So he hit. Oh, now he's dancing again. There you go. Go get him, slugger.
Don't ruin Mom's umbrella, though. Geez.
Yeah, I think he's already done that. Here's the closer on Shane Green.
Shane Green, big arm, man. He's got a good live fastball, nasty cutter. 3.72 earned run average. Has 4 saves, but he has blown a couple this season, and 11 punch outs go along with that big arm. 237 overall batting average for the opponents. And he has given up 1 long ball this year, but Green's got some pretty good stuff. Orioles faced him over in Detroit a couple times. Not a lot of luck.
No longer a save opportunity because of the Victor Martinez home run, but he was getting loose, so he comes on anyway. Sardinius, his first at bat, he went in defensively after Alvarez pinched it for Gentry. Sardinius 1 for 9 on the homestand. a strike. The Sardinias hit the home run off Shane Green in Detroit.
Yeah, jumped on that first pitch, right? A little breaking ball.
Quickly 0-2. Tigers got Shane Green in the 3-team trade with the Yankees and Arizona. That trade, without a doubt, has benefited New York and Detroit because the Tigers now have their closer. And the player the Yankees got back in that deal, D.D. Gregorius.
Yeah, that was a big 3-team trade, right?
Yes, Arizona got Robbie Ray.
Which is good.
Tigers got Shane Green, and the Yankees ended up with Didi to replace Derek Jeter when he retired.
Yeah, hey, everybody got what they wanted.
Yankees do quite a few of those 3-team trades. We seem to find partners. So there's a fit with a player from another organization. So you entice that team to call the other team. Yeah. And then before you know it, you got 3 moving around.
Yeah.
And the 0-2 foul back. When he debuted with the Yankees in 2014, he was a starting pitcher. And then when he went to Detroit in 2015, he remained a starter. But since 2016, it's been almost exclusively relief. Only 3 starts since the beginning of the 2016 season. And now he's the closer. Breaking ball, what a pitch. Called strike 3.
Wow.
It broke about 4 feet.
Yeah, a little frisbee slider coming in the back door here. And the home run that Sardinias hit was down and in. Not much of a chance to pull that one. How about that one? Starting off in the right-handed hitter's batter's box, then floating back over that outside corner. Let's see. Yeah, oh yeah, that came back in and got the edge.
Yankee scouts found him in community college in his native Daytona Beach. Cisco saw 1 pitch in the 7th inning, pinch hitting for Caleb, and he was hit by a pitch with the bases loaded for an RBI. Outside, ball 1. Cisco's hit in his last 3 games. Has a home run and 5 RBIs in his last 13. Day game tomorrow, 1:05 the first pitch, with Kevin Gausman against Daniel Norris. Darren O'Day gave up the home run to Victor Martinez, top half of the inning.
Yeah, big bounce back game, hopefully for the Orioles tomorrow.
Well, they still have a chance to win a series, and
yeah,
they have yet to win a series at home this year.
Well, it'd be nice to kind of finish up on a positive note as they head to the West Coast.
Two and two on Cisco. Long faces on the Orioles bench after a big win last night. Outside, ball 3.
Green out there trying to crisscross that outside corner with that big 2-seam fastball and then the backdoor slider, but just missing there.
Like the old English D on the Sox. Upstairs, ball 4. It's a good at bat by Cisco. So the O's get a 1-out base runner. So Trey has another chance. He has a double in 4 trips and hit that scorching line drive at Candelario during the rally in the 7th. Man, if that ball got through, who knows what would have happened.
Yeah,
He has seen green only 3 times without a hit. It's interesting with a pitcher like Green. He has a real good fastball, but he seems to love his slider.
Oh, yeah. There's so many pitchers nowadays kind of fall in love with that little breaking ball. And I think with the big fastball, his hope is that hitters are trying to gear up to hit his 95, 96. He'll get some, steal some swing and misses on that first pitch slider.
And 94 in there at the knees, ball on a strike. Tiger starters have done a real good job this year. And Liriano's on the plus side for a win tonight, which would be his 3rd. And if it holds, another good slider there, 1-2. The Detroit starters will be 7-7. And the Tiger starters came into this game tonight with the 4th best ERA of any starting staff in the league. The Astros are first, 2.54. Boston second, 2.83. Although that'll change today. David Price gave up some runs. And the Indians third, and then the Tigers. And of that group, the Tigers are the only team not to expected to be a contender.
Right.
The other 3 are, including the defending world champion Astros. So they've really done a good job early on here.
Yes, they have.
Problem for Ron Gardenhire is the inconsistent offense. Last night they were shut out. It was the 5th time they've been shut out this year. You can't win if you don't score. Although they certainly have scored tonight, 9 runs on 13 hits.
Oh, yeah. So the potential's there. They're just looking for a little bit more consistency.
Meantime, 3rd batter, he's already up to 17 pitches. Towards the middle, will it get on through? It does, off the glove of Machado. And good base running by Cisco. He recognized it, and he'll get to 3rd. So Mancini has a second base hit. As he really battled there. Machado, a nice effort. And by batting it, Cisco alertly took 3rd base.
Yeah, real good AB there by Trey Mancini. And then Machado almost coming down with a pretty good play there. Actually had a great opportunity, but the ball ended up kicking up a little high on his glove, maybe a little over boogieing there from Machado. And Orioles threatening here. Good opportunity now to keep this inning going and push some more runs across the plate. An interesting ending.
Jace Peterson walked with the bases loaded in the 7th. So he drove in a run. He's 0 for 3. Peterson has never faced Shane Green. So 2 on with only 1 out. Orioles not going quietly. Breaking ball for a strike. That's complicated. Tiger fan with an Oriole fan. Oh, and 2 on Peterson. Once upon a time, that would have been a balk. Not anymore.
Right.
Check swing, and he went too far. Called out by Mike Estabrook, so that's a strikeout and 2 away. Peterson saying, why don't you check with the guy at 3rd? He had a better angle, and Estabrook is hearing about it from Buck.
Yeah, Buck on that appeal down to 3rd base. A little help here. Take a look, man. He didn't swing, man. He held up. Quick call from Estabrook on the back end.
Major League Baseball could do itself a favor by simply making that mandatory. If it's a check swing, the base umpire has to call it.
There you go.
That's all you got to do. Because we see this time and again where the home plate umpire reacts to what he sees, and then the replay shows he didn't swing. They could save a lot of grief simply by putting that in place, and any check swing, you got to go to the base umpire. So here's Manny. It's a 5th at bat. Manny has seen Shane Green 6 times, and he has 3 hits. He's 1 for 9 and runners in scoring position for the O's tonight. Ball 1 inside. See, and you wonder, as the pitch count mounts here, does this knock Green out possibly for tomorrow with a day game? This will be his 22nd pitch this inning.
Yeah, you would think. Well, I know Araujo won't be throwing for the Orioles tomorrow.
Right. Yeah, 2 2/3, probably Castro either, but Givens, Brock, and Blyer will be good to go tomorrow. And if Gausman has another good start, that's all they'll need.
Oh, yeah. Man, love to see another big start from Gausman. Man, 8 innings last outing.
So the count 2-1 on Manny, who has 2 hits and 4 trips tonight. Wild swing there. He had to be looking fastball the way he jumped at that.
Yeah. Well, little hanging slider up there, the frisbee. So Manny's eyes get big, and you saw the front hip just leave just a hair too soon from Machado. Off it goes, and then slider breaks away at the end, get him a little off balance.
With 2-2 with 2 on and 2 down. And Manny pops it up, and this should do it. Miguel Cabrera now in foul ground. He's got it, and the Tigers have evened up this series at a game each. Sets up a rubber game tomorrow afternoon in the finale of this homestand. So we hope you join us tomorrow. Daytime baseball, Orioles and Tigers in the rubber game of the 3-game weekend series. Daniel Norris will be on the mound for Detroit. Kevin Gausman goes for the O's. Our coverage on Masson begins at 12:30 with O's Extra, and then game coverage at 1 o'clock. Tonight's telecast, a Masson presentation. And now for Mike Bordick and our entire hardworking crew, Jim Hunter saying so long from Camden Yards. Once again, our final score, Tigers 9 and the Orioles 5. Tom and Rick, O's Extra postgame comes up right after a short break. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.